In this whole video, we are going to finish assembly of this rear end, because I put the rear end and everything back in. And then we're also going to disassemble the torque tube as well. Also, I'm going to show you the new power plant for this thing in this video as well. So let's get started. All right, so like I just said, we got the new manual transmission in there. So the Z06 transmission. It's kind of hard to see, but T56 in there with the new rear end. I'm not sure if these axles are gonna work yet. I think they should. These axles should fit right in that diff. I'm gonna find out in a little bit because I'm gonna try to put the this on. Just a reminder, this is an automatic. Well, it was an automatic, and we pulled the automatic out of it, so it's 4L60. I do have the manual torque tube here as well. This is basically your auto to manual swap. So, and I have some, I have the whole pedal assembly as well for the clutch pedal, and the clutch pedal's in there as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and just wanted to get everybody caught up on where I was at here with the whole subframe in it. I just gotta tighten these actual subframe bolts the rest of the way down, and then I'll put the shock back in. Well, actually, I'll put the axle in if it fits, and then I'll put this shock back in, and I'll put this back on, put the brakes back on it. I'm going to steering shaft back up because I need to push this thing outside so then I have room to work on the motor, because it's not really big in here. So I'll go ahead and get these tightened down. Okay, so this side is all done. Shock's on. Control arms on. I even have the e-brake cable on down here. And I put the caliper back on. This is tight. The only thing I didn't do is put that on the brake line on the ABS module. And on this side, I have the brake on. Everything's done too, but I have this in a weird angle, so I'm gonna have to take this off right here, and then I'll route it through. But that's all done. So next thing up is gonna be rebuilding that torque tube over there. Okay, so I don't really remember where I left off, but as of recently, I've been trying to drill this hole for the clutch master. What I did is I ended up cutting the brake pedal, because, you know, automatics have the bigger brake pedal. So I cut that. I still gotta grind it down a little bit. And I put the clutch pedal up in there, but, you know, obviously I only have one bolt holding it in right now because I have to, I gotta drill the hole right there for the clutch master. And then also I had to take out the little like foot stopper thing, or your foot holder. I had to take that out as well to get more access to put this in here. I went and grabbed a 2.5-inch hole saw. So now I got that, so I just gotta drill that, and then I can order the clutch master and the clutch line and everything, and a reservoir and whatnot, and then I can get that all good. Also, I got a new motor for this. I was gonna rebuild this one. These are just set on here right now, and then this stud right here is bent, that's why that head's not on. But I was gonna rebuild this one, but the machine shop said it was like $1,600 to rebuild that, and all they're going to be doing is basically taking the cam bearings out and then going over the bottom end. But $1,600, and it'd be like 2 months. I found this fully assembled LS1 out of a F body, supposedly only 98,000 miles on it. It sat for like a year, that's why it's all dirty. A running motor for only $1,000, so I would be stupid not to buy that. So this one I'm gonna sell, try to recoup some money. And yeah, now I got that. Also, I got the torque tube disassembled. For nobody that's ever done it before, you have this snap ring, and that snap ring sits, is it on this side? No, I think it's on the other side. But the snap ring will sit in there. And then I saw people saying that you need to, special make your own tools for this. But I went to Harbor Freight and got these snap ring pliers that literally fit perfectly in that hole. So anybody manual swapping their C5, really easy to do. As of right now, all I have to do is drill that hole for the master, order the master. I gotta order the new Guibo on this, As you can tell, it's a little messed up. And then also it was so like lodged in there, and this input shaft is bent. But I had to use a 10-pound sludge just to get this out, so I fucked the input shaft up a little bit. But I'm gonna replace that guibo, this guibo. I don't think I'm gonna do the bearings, but I might. And I gotta change that input shaft out. Then I can put the torque tube back together, and then I will put it into the car. Then, once I put that into the car, I will put the under tray up there, you know, get the interior together, and then I am going to put this thing on all fours, then push it out, and then they'll give me more than enough room to disassemble this, because I'm going to disassemble this, regasket everything. It's getting a cam, valve springs. I might do head studs. I probably will do head studs just for shits and giggles, but do head studs and new head gaskets and whatnot. And then I got to change out that oil pan, obviously, because that oil pan, this is from an F body. I got to use the oil pan from the Corvette, which that needs cleaned out because there's a ton of metal in there, as you can see. I went and bought the hole saw, but this end is too big for my drill, which I didn't realize. All right, so I didn't record any of rebuilding the torque tube because there's many videos out there that, you know, show you how to do it. It is all rebuilt now. Everything's all good in there, new bearings. You know, just real quick, pop this snap ring out, and then you just rubber mallet it out this way from the input shaft side. And then once this is out, then you can just rebuild it. All right, here we have the Z06 torque tube, and I ordered this Z06 wiring harness too because it's got the Z06 transmission and diff and everything back here now. I am aware that they did move the ABS module. So in the 2001, I think it's 2001 and earlier, or 2000 earlier, something like that, they had the ABS module in the back. And I guess on the like newer C5s, they moved the ABS module to the front. So obviously, I'm pretty sure that with this, probably why you have all these extras. I don't really know, to be honest with you. I'm just gonna end up trying to figure it out. I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and slide this under there, and then I gotta go grab bolts to bolt the torque tube to the actual transmission. I'll probably end up putting the interior some of the way back together. I don't know 100% yet because I still have to mount that clutch pedal the rest of the way, and I just need to order master cylinder and then the slave cylinder. Obviously I got to get the motor put together, so still got a lot of work to do, but getting things slowly, really slow. And I sold that LS that came out of this. Well, I found myself in a shit predicament. I should have thought about this, but I could be wrong. But so far, there's no way to get this torque tube in, like, bolted up to the transmission with the transmission in the car, because the bell housing is in the way, and you got to slide that little gear selector rod right there through the transmission bell housing. So I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and drop the subframe back down, and then I'll hook everything up and then push it back up. Okay, torque tube is now installed. I had to run to Ace and grab some bolts for this, for like the torque tube to the transmission, but it's like up there right now. Obviously it's not like all the way up because I don't even have an engine in it yet. All of this is in. I don't know what these go to yet. I'm gonna figure it out. As of right now, I don't know what they go to. The last thing I'm not really sure about is, so this car obviously was an automatic, so I'm doing everything new. And I don't have the bolt that locks that actual shift rod in place. I looked it up and I think I know what size it is now, so I'll go grab that maybe tomorrow or something. But yeah, I just gotta bolt that up. Once I bolt that up, then I can lift the torque tube all the way up into place, and then I can go ahead and put that tray on. So as of right now, I have this all the way back up, subframe's all the way back up in. I obviously have to bolt this all together. it's tight under here, but I got this tray up in there. This is obviously still dangling, but it's just kind of resting on it. But I moved it, and it's not really that heavy, so it's not really putting a ton of pressure on this. But regardless, got this tray in. I was missing one bolt. I doubt I'm gonna end up going to put that in, but if I remember to, I'll get one. But the guy that took it apart before only has this one bag, and there's a bolt missing from it. So regardless, all of these bolts are in. I think these go to the exhaust. Pretty sure that's what that goes to. That would make sense to me. But yep, this is in. So I'm gonna probably go ahead and try to put bell housing on this. And yep. Also, I wanted to mention, I went and got a bolt for this right here. But the thing is, I don't know if that's gonna be right, because if I move the shifter left, see how it has play like that? It has too much play in there, so I don't know if that's okay. So it still goes into like all the gears and shit, but I put this bolt in here and it still had some play, so don't know. But that'll do for now. So bad news. Good news, bad news. I got this sleeve on it. The external clutch line there. No clutch line obviously there. That's all on. Only thing I have here is an automatic torque tube. Automatic bell housing. Thought I had a manual one. Guess I don't. So I'm gonna have to order one. So the motor's not gonna be able to go in today. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the clutch on it today, since I want to, feel somewhat accomplished. I just got the new pilot bearing in there. A little tip that I've learned is take this, put it in the freezer for like an hour before you try to insert it. You put it in the freezer, and then you go to put it into the actual motor, it's like butter, like slides right in. So that's done. I'm gonna go ahead and grab the flywheel, bolt the flywheel up, get that torque down, then clutch, and get that all aligned, bolted down. And I guess I'm just gonna have to order a bell housing, because obviously that one's not gonna work. All right, so we left off last, sorry about the fans, hot in here, but left off last with I needed to get a new bell housing, because the bell housing I had for that is an automatic one. I went ahead and ordered one off eBay. This thing was not cheap, but regardless, it's got the indents in this, and obviously it's a lot bigger, so it's gonna fit the manual, it's gonna fit the clutch. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this on. So the new bell housing is all bolted up, everything's tightened down.